one of the more challenging stretches is a sequence of stretches called the world's greatest lunge. Uh, the first movement there is trying to touch that elbow on the inside of the ankle, then splitting your thigh, getting a calf stretch, and then extending up into the sky uh, in that pose that mirrors yoga tremendously. So again, with this one, you're coming down, you're absorbing your inertia and your momentum through the quadricep, applying a stretch through that psoas. Then you have internal rotation of the body and using your shoulder to be able to torque against to apply a deeper stretch onto those adductors. Then you're coming up from a deep lunge, extending that leg backwards, dropping the heel down, applying a stretch onto the calf. A little bit of a bent knee will kind of include the soleus. Then you're balancing on the toes. So I have the front toe making contact with the ground, my back toe making contact with the ground, a kickstand with my left hand, and then an external rotation and a tracking of my right hand with my head and my eyeballs. So I get a complete stretch of the spiral line. I get a stretch on my left hip flexor, TFL area in this instance, and I have to absorb my body weight constantly and eccentrically as I maintain that pose at the end. Uh, any time that you make contact with the head, especially when you're in a forward flexed position, is to confirm that you're not pulling and yanking on the head too much. And in this situation right here, I know exactly where I want to be able to have the pressure, at what angle I want to have the pressure, and I'm kind of, I was kind of adjusting my hand pressure to kind of go along with the stretch. And that's a part of an advanced stretch technique that we'll explain a little bit later. You'll notice during this portion of the stretch, there's a series of bounces. Right there was the first one. Here comes the next one. Kind of hard to see, but the movement pattern right there was basically made possible through the stretch reflex and tightening up my muscles so that when my foot makes the final rest position, I can trap all that energy and keep it contained within that fascial system or that fascial line.